the only benefit for the realization of the allness of all that is so that you can take that wisdom, that knowing, that essence of experiencing all that isness back to your individuated form. In that you have come here to be human in this now, in order to have the experience of being human in this now. This is often underrated by humans for some reason that we cannot entirely comprehend, because we are not individuated in the same factor. But for some reasons, humans have taken for granted or discounted or discredited their individuation to such a level that they believe that they have to be more in marriage with the all that is, which they already are. So it is an endeavor that is futile to be able to be holy, or to be able to be divine, or to be able to be in touch with everythingness. This is not the case. In fact, going the other direction and being more in marriage with one's own individuation is a key towards having a successful is not the correct term, but a enjoyable, perhaps, human experience, while learning everything that they have decided beforehand. And again, beforehand is also not the correct term, but simultaneously to have during this incarnation. The ability to visualize or to experience directly that isness of all that is yes, capable by the individuation. And it is often also what you hear of when you hear of beings who have had a sudden realization of that, and they have had the experience of being one with all that is and dissolved into that nothingness. But if you were to think of what could happen or what would happen if that nothingness became the consistent experience of your time, well, then your human form would no longer have any function, and it would not necessarily be the case that you would remain in individuation. Therefore, what we are saying is that as long as you are alive, you will not have a constant grasp on the all that isness of all that is, which is perfectly exactly as it is meant to be. To, however, have momentary glimpses of this isness of all that is, you can use your mental faculties, your capacity to imagine, to really dive into the thought that you are the glass that you hold in your hand, or that you are that rock. And we will use these inanimate, or they are not inanimate, but these what you call inanimate objects as examples, as opposed to, let's say, a lover, which, yes, you can also do. You can dive into another's being and understand the isness of all that is. You often do this with your children when they are born, which is why that is such a spiritual moment. When you see, especially for the female, when the child passes the birth canal, they realize that they were one and now they are two. And then therefore, it means that they were always one with all that is in the first place. So to have that experience, do allow yourself to dwell upon and linger on the philosophical, the understanding that you are holding, and to take it steps further with your imagination. Try to think of these concepts not only with your mind, but get your other senses involved. Can you think of the concept of all that isness with your ears, for example? Can you think of it with your olfactory senses? Can you think of it with touch? If you are touching something that is wet, you perceive of the wetness, but are you not also wet? And if you lean into visuals, the fact that you can see a tree means that the light that bounces off that tree enters into your optical cavity and then is interpreted by the nerves in your brain. How could you not be the tree? These concepts taken further and experienced on a sensory level may pop you into a full 3D, well, 3D in that you have all your senses in experiencing, but much farther than 3D, experiential moment of timeless awareness that you can then bring back to your individuated form. We know that this is a experience that is desired by many, But often you are not even aware of it when it happens. And then afterwards, that moment of bliss, because you will register it as bliss, not having the ability to have clear memory in that state, those moments of bliss, when brought back with deep understanding, have changed you permanently. And afterwards, what sometimes can happen is people think that they need to be there all the time, which is not the case. What you need to do is remember that it is you as human, as incarnation, brought down or brought in to this experience by divinity itself, that you have decided to call divinity into matter and not the other way around.
Thank you so much for watching and for being here on this journey with me and Vagrein. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. That's a wonderful way to help me to continue creating all this content. It also helps the algorithm know that we'd like to share Vagrein's message with the rest of the collective. I do try to respond to every comment on this YouTube channel, so make sure that you do, and I hope to see you here again soon. Bye-bye.